Good evening, everyone. This is Lisa, your favorite spoon bunny, and welcome back to the Life Spoontastic. I have to admit that I was very, very hesitant about making this particular video, but ultimately, I decided that people need to see the true face of chronic illness and of chronic pain. And mine is just one of them. There are millions of us around the world. And as I've said in my previous video, we have all become very, very skilled at hiding our pain and our fatigue. And today, it's the fatigue that has essentially hit me with the sledgehammer. I woke up today to find that I really am incapable of even holding myself up in a chair, let alone on my feet. And so I am in bed, my wonderful bedroom, and I have had everything brought to me by my wonderful husband and sweet friend, Miss Vanessa. But again, I was kind of honestly really not wanting to make this video because I was really tired and I really wanted to just rest and sleep, but it was kind of stressed to me that it's kind of important for people to know and see what the real consequence of the fatigue that comes with our illnesses is like, and the pain that comes with our illnesses is like. It will put you down in bed for a day at least. And it's not the kind of tired that's just, after a long day at work. It's the flu kind of tired, times 10. So, I'm gonna continue with understanding the chronic pain patient, understanding the chronic illness patient. And so part 2 begins with being supportive. And the number one thing that you can do in being supportive of your chronic pain patient is to practice empathy. Being empathetic means that you at least try to understand another person's feelings, another person's perspectives and their behavior by seeing the world through their eyes. You use your understanding to guide what you do for and say to that person. People with chronic pain are different than you in some ways. But they're also very much like you still. So focus on what you have in common and try to understand the differences. Being sick doesn't mean that the patient is no longer a human being. Even though chronic pain patients spend the majority of their day in quite a lot of pain, they still want the same things that healthy people do. They want to enjoy a work life, a family, friends, and, fun activities. But the chronic pain sufferer may feel as if they are trapped inside a body that they have absolutely no control over. Look at me today. I have zero control over what has happened to me today. I woke up this way. I woke up and tried to get up and found out that I could barely hold myself up. I had to prop myself up on the bed with my arms. I had to, and then I walked a few steps to my dresser and I had to prop myself up there. And then I ended up getting to the kitchen and I had to prop myself up there, and it was just, I was tired. It was exhausting making it. And when I say exhausting, I mean it was exhausting. I was out of breath by the time I got to the dining room table to eat my dinner. Pain puts everything that you used to enjoy out of reach, and it can contribute to those feelings of helplessness, uselessness, sadness, depression. Try to remember how lucky you are to be physically able to do all of the things that you can do. And then imagine if one day all of that was magically taken away and you just couldn't anymore. Next, you need to respect that the person in pain is trying their absolute best. They may attempt to cope. They may try to sound happy and look normal as much as they can. They live their lives to the best of their ability. Keep in mind that when the chronic pain patient says they're in pain, they are. The next way that you can be supportive of your patient is just listen. One of the best things that you can do for your chronic pain patient is listen to them. To be a good listener, pay attention. Try to understand what's going on inside of that person so that you can understand what they're feeling and what they really need. Make it clear that you want to hear what they have to say. Many people with chronic pain feel like others won't believe them or will make fun of them for being weak. Try to decode what they're hiding or minimizing through their body language or their tone of voice. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Sharing means that you both give something. To create a strong empathetic bond and really make your exchange matter, you'll need to reveal your true feelings too, as well as your beliefs and your experiences. Read up on how to be a good listener for more details on being one. Next, be patient. I've said it over and over and over again. Please be patient with us. And if you find yourself being impatient and wanting the chronic pain sufferer to, just get on with it, you risk laying a guilt trip on the person who is suffering from pain, and you end up undermining their determination to cope. They probably want to comply with your requests to do things, but they don't have the strength, and they don't have the coping capacity as a result of the pain. Don't be put off if the chronic pain patient seems touchy. They've been going through a lot. Chronic pain wreaks havoc on the body and the mind. We do our best to cope with how exhausting and how frustrating the pain is, but we can't always be okay. Try to accept us as we are. A chronic pain patient may need to cancel a previous commitment at the very last minute. And if that happens, please don't take it personally. It's not our fault. It's nothing against you. We can't handle it at that particular moment. That's all it is. Be helpful. The chronic pain patient depends a great deal on people who aren't sick to support them at home or visit them when they're too sick to get out of the house. Sometimes they need help with bathing, dressing themselves, personal care, etc. They may need help getting to the doctor. You can be their link to the normality of life and help them keep in touch with the parts of life that they miss and they desperately want to get back to again. Many people offer to help, but they really aren't there when they're asked to be. If you offer to help, make sure you follow through. Like I said before, don't use that throwaway line. Let me know if there's anything that I can do for you. That's just hurtful to us. The person with chronic pain that you care about is depending on you. Balance your caregiving responsibilities, though. If you are living with a chronic pain patient or supporting such a person on a regular basis, you need to maintain balance in your own life. If you don't take care of your own needs, your health and your work-life balance, being around the chronic pain patient can really bring you down too. Avoid suffering from caregiver burnout by getting other people to help and taking time out. Care for your patient as much as you're able, but remember to also care for yourself. And communicate with us clearly. So, that there isn't further guilt on both sides. Treat us with dignity, please. Although the chronic pain patient has, although the the person with chronic pain has changed. They think the same. Remember who they are, and who they were, and the things they did before the pain became so awful. They are still the intelligent mind that either made a good living at a job that they loved, or the wonderful parent and homemaker that they were. But they had no choice but to either slow it down or give it up entirely. Be kind, thoughtful, and do not patronize them, please. Pushing a chronically ill person for not punishing a chronically ill person for not following through with something will make them feel worse and show them that you really don't understand. Those of us experiencing chronic pain, we already deal with more than most people could ever comprehend. Try to understand why they couldn't follow through. And include us in your life. Just because someone can't do certain activities very often, or has canceled before, doesn't mean that you shouldn't ask them to join you, or should hide that you have plans from them. There may be some days that activity is manageable, and chronic pain is isolating enough. Please understand that and keep asking. There may be a day when we can go and we can participate and we can have fun with you. And offer us a gentle hug. Instead of suggesting how a chronic pain patient can fix their pain, consider being empathetic and giving them a gentle hug to let them know you're there to support them. They already hear and see endless doctors who tell them how to fix or help their chronic pain. Sometimes just laying your hand on the shoulder of someone sometimes just laying your hand on the shoulder of someone can help give them comfort. A hug can be incredibly comforting to someone in pain, especially when no solution is in their sight. You may need to ask first, can I give you a hug? Is a good place to start. For some people, touch can be painful. So asking them gives them the chance to tell you yes or no. And if they need special care, such as a hug with firm or light pressure, no rubbing, or avoidance of certain painful areas, just remember to be gentle. A hug can build a connection and let them know that you're there to support them. So, with all of that said, I just wanted you to have perhaps a more intimate look into the life of a spoonie and show you what lies beneath what we're very, very good at hiding. And so if you know that someone has a chronic illness, use some of the things that I've shared to try and understand them better and support and help them and love on them. And so until next time, my friends, this is the Spoon Bunny signing off. May your spoons be plenty and your troubles be few. Have a great night.